How's it going, everybody? Chris Card's back through the mail Monday once again. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Our first of 6 returns comes to us from Richmond, Virginia. One of our 6 returns coming from spring training, so that's exciting. We'll see who that is later on. And we've got Joe Hicks, 61 top, 62 top signed, and not the right Joe Hicks, I presume. Our Senior League Joe Hicks is not the Joe Hicks we're looking for. So there's that. And the catcher belongs to another Joe Hicks. So there you go. And he wrote it on both sides. Very nice. Just in case I didn't look at the one side, he wrote it on both sides. Signed there in black Sharpie. 61 and 62 tops cards. I love getting those little star rookies signed from back in the day. 5-year career. Originally drafted with the White Sox, they left him unprotected in the expansion draft, and he was picked 52nd overall by the Washington Senators. So after 2 years with the Sox, he spent 2 years with the Washington Senators, including their inaugural season, and then his final year with the 63 New York Mets. Hit a lot in the minors, never could put it together in the majors. He was an outfielder, pinch hitter. 221 batting average, 12 home runs in those 5 years, 92 total hits. Never could put together a decent season. Never got a lot of playing time either. Spent 2 years in the military as well. And that is it for Mr. Joe Hicks. Awesome signer. Thank you very much. Let's move on to our second return. Return numero dos comes to us from Santa Ana, California. Inside envelope number 2, we've got a blank index card and Terry Humphrey. Terry Humphrey, a light-hitting backup catcher from the 70s. Pretty much played the entire decade of the 70s. 9 years, 4 of those with the Expos. He was drafted in their very first ever draft, actually. Did not have a 74 tops card. Does have a 72 tops card there, rookie, that he shared with the late, great Keith Lampard. 4 years with the Spos, and then 4 years with the California Angels with a short stop with the Detroit Tigers in between. Held on for quite some time, batted .211. I guess as a backup catcher, you're not expected to hit a whole lot, so that is probably why he hung on for so long, and probably had a good relationship with his pitchers. That always helps for backup catchers as well, and that's it, gang. All right, gang. Return number 3 from San Jose, California. And we've got Bob Gallacher. Not exactly a bunch of superstars today on Through the Mail Monday, but great signers. And let's be honest, they were a lot better than any of us at the game of baseball. Probably the best player in their high school, and probably the best player some people have ever seen at a young age. Of course, never always works out in the big leagues, but he signed these cards very nicely. 74 tops card. Spent a year with the Houston Astros, 2 years actually, one with the Red Sox, one with the Mets. There you see him looking very stoic in his 75 SSPC card, or 76 probably. Bob Gallacher, no relation to Dave Gallacher, another former Met, but he is the grandson of Shane O'Collins, who played in the 1917 and 1919 World Series. Shane O'Collins born in 1885. That's pretty crazy. Bob Gallacher, after his career, spent 25 years teaching kids at the Santa Cruz High School social studies. Kids like little Larry Sellers. And all of his friends probably took class from Mr. Bob Gallacher. After he retired in 2010, he went on to continue to be a substitute teacher there. So that's what his pretty much life calling was after the game of baseball. And signing my cards as well. Probably not a life calling, but I certainly appreciated it and am pretty amped up about it. Thank you very much, Mr. Gallacher. Let's move on to return number 4. Another spring training return. This one from the Grapefruit League. This is, of course, got this back in the middle of April, so this is probably someone that did make the big club. And we've got a signed index card, which is an upset for a spring training send-off. And I have no idea who that is, and we're going to find out right now that it's J.D. Hammer. J.D. Hammer signed the 2019 Topps Holiday card, and he kept one. I think I sent him 2, and I told him to keep one, and he did. Probably hadn't seen a 2019 Topps Holiday card of himself yet, so he's probably like, wow, I'm keeping this. This guy's very generous, and I'm glad he's keeping one of the cards I sent him, because what was I going to do with it? Very happy to get this back from Mr. JT Hammer, a person I sent off to just on his name alone, just like Skybolt. Skybolt, who I've not heard back from, so at least JT Hammer got back to me. Very cool to get this return. I'm assuming he's at their alternate site or their minor league camp. That's still in Florida. Spent some time with the big club, got 20 games under his belt in 2019. Actually did pretty well, I thought, as a reliever. Didn't play at all last year, and he did not have a great spring training this year, but we'll see what happens. See if he gets called up sometime this year to the big club. Hopefully he will. I will be pulling for him because he signed my card. Thank you, JD. On to the next. Brockton, Massachusetts for our next return. And we have a grip of cards in here. I can feel them through the index cards. And we've got John Kiley. John Kiley, 54-game career with the Tigers as a reliever from 91 to 93, pride of Bridgewater State University. 54 total games with his team over those periods of years. And this is how many cards he had in the early 90s. And there's probably like 20 more out there. 2 Fleer, 2 Fleer Ultra, and 1 Donruss. No tops. I'm not sure if he has a tops card or not, but these are the cards I had of him, and these are the cards I sent. So there you have it, guys. John Kiley, who remembers him? Any Tiger fans out there remember Mr. John Kiley from the early 90s? You deserve a gold star because I do not, and I remember pretty much all these guys as long as I was alive when games were taking place that they were playing in. So there you guys go. There's information. Lots of cards to choose from there. He signed them all very nicely in blue Sharpie for me. Very nice return, and let's get to our next one. Final return of the day comes to us from Missouri. And we've got Dennis Higgins. Dennis Higgins, a 7-year career, mostly as a reliever. Played for the Cards, Senators, White Sox, and Indians. 241 total appearances during that period of time, and he signed everything I sent him. Look at that. 246, 6 cards sent by the Greedy Chris Cards, who just needed to have all these inked up, and they look fantastic. He doesn't love a bunch of 60s and 70s cards signed. Look at that, 72 tops cards. I always like it when they can write on such a fine line like that. You can put a ruler on there, and pretty much maybe that's how he actually signs his cards. That's pretty crazy. Mariano Rivera does that. Who else does that? A few other guys sign like that. It's very cool. Keith Hernandez does it like that. So does Ron Darling. Very straight signatures. And that's it, guys. My friends, look at that haul for this week. All sorts of cards. Nobody, can't have Hall of Famers on Through the Mail Monday every single weekend. This was probably the other end of the spectrum as far as talent is concerned. But boy, oh boy, super happy to get these back, guys. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Hope everyone has a great week. Please hit that subscribe button. I do this every single week, and I would love to have you along for the ride. Try to post these up fairly early in the morning, at least on the West Coast, early afternoon on the East Coast. Hit that notification icon, that little bell that will tell you when these videos go live. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of this week's returns. And as always, like the video, because I like you, and I'm really happy you watched. Had a lot of fun making this video. I will have a lot of fun making the next video. And that's what it's all about, my friends. We are in the midst of a baseball season. April is almost gone. Hope your teams are doing good. I think the Mets, my team, they're treading water until it warms up a bit and their bats get going right now. Of course, watching Jacob deGrom every 5th day is a treat unto itself. And that's it. Just things are going pretty good here on a nice Monday in good old North Albany, Oregon, home of yours truly. Overcast right now. Let's hope we have a good, nice weather this week. And that's it, gang. Thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'll talk to you guys again later on in the week with another video I've got lined up for this week. So watch out for that. That's it, guys. See ya.